Jeremy, thank you for everyone coming here. Welcome back to This Week in Bullshit. My name is Proper Jeremy, your lovely host, and here today we are with some lovely panelists. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Mary frickin' Mayhem, what is up? You don't have to sell your body to the night.
I amuse myself. Why am I in full screen? Good Lord.
And we also have our lovely lady of the night as well, Mara Jade. Mara Jade, welcome to the channel.
Lady of the night.
And you're the lady of the day. Okay, I'm getting in trouble here. Oh man, tell the people what you got going on, ladies.
Mari, you go first. Lady of the night.
This stream's going off without a hitch.
I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. I don't have any videos on YouTube just yet until I can afford a good laptop. Until then, you can find me on Twitter, making beta males cry and block me with just 3 tweets.
Just 3 tweets.
Just 3 tweets.
That's all it takes, really. At the end of the day, Mara will make you cry.
And of course, we have probably one of my favorite people who's been really so helpful to me just throughout the last 8 months, Mary frickin' Mayhem. All right, enough of this.
I'm going to do this intermittently throughout the night because, well, you'll see tomorrow night on Shenanigans what the joke is, but you'll see tomorrow night on Shenanigans. Tune in tomorrow nights over on my channel for Shenanigans, where Proper Jeremy will be selling his body to the night.
Apparently, I'll be selling my body to the night. Well,
the chat.
Let's take a look at the chat here. We have Corporal Shepherd giving a crossbones. I'm not sure exactly what it means. I think he knows he wants to murder me in my sleep, perhaps. I don't know what the deal is, but that's okay. I'd rather not know. Robert Pearson is here. I'm sure that poop emoji is laughing at me. Yeah, yep. And we're all laughing at it, and we're all going to be laughing at some of these stories here in This Week in Bullshit. He also says, it's late, I'm tired, and now I'm hallucinating. Yeah. That's probably what's happening. Benzo H says, hello there. Well, hello there, Benzo. Very nice to see you here again on the channel. Jeremy Peterson is here. I think the poop is laughing at me for being up so early on a Friday morning. Really? Oh, I guess you're from maybe you're are you in Australia? Huh. Probably. But anyways, Jeremy, welcome to the Jer Army. I'm gonna have Caitlin put you down as a Jeremy. Hyatt Riot is here. What's up, y'all? What's up, Hyatt? How you doing? Anthony Shiloh, Shiali. I actually don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I apologize for that. But you're always on Jesse Milstone's channel, and you always rock it with those super chats, and you're always very supportive. Welcome to the channel, Anthony. Very nice to have you here. We also have Stig Kenobi says, hi, you lovely people. Well, hello, Stig. How are you doing today? And there's Mary being a boss as a moderator right now. Thank you so much, Mary. You're a sweetheart.
I know Echo is on his way, so I'm going to go ahead and put his channel in the chat as well. Yes,
Echo Base Network will be joining us soon, very shortly. Until then, it's just me, these lovely ladies, and you lovely people. Biden touches here. Never fails to liven up the party. CT117 asks, where's Lethal Lightning? I don't know. He's probably drunk or sleeping or something. I have no idea. Roundheads Johnson. Film Fan 47, what's up? Jeremy selling body? Yes, all of the body. Anyways, let's get going here. So first and foremost, I'd like to start out with this one story that really got circulated. A movie that is called, let's see here, The Hunt. The Hunt was a movie that was supposed to be released in September, but Universal decided to pull the movie based on several different reasons. As far as I know, at first they pulled advertisements away from several channels, several networks. And then what happened was, as I guess afterwards, because of the shootings that happened a couple weeks ago, or I don't remember exactly when it was. Time is just whoosh, flies by. So much horrible stuff happening, and they said now it's not the time to be releasing the movie. It's not a good time for that. But on top of that, there was also this huge conservative backlash because the movie, for those of you who it was essentially going to be about all these deplorables who are hunted down by elitists, which is assuming liberals. The movie was going to be called Red State versus Blue State, and which is pretty obvious what that is about. There's no subtlety with these people, but what it was supposed to be, this is a film about the deplorables being the good guys, but I guess people were just really focused on, liberals hunting down and shooting conservatives for some reason. That was really being pushed. I'm not entirely sure why, but have you both heard about this story before?
I have, and I wanted to remind you to keep an eye out for Echo if he shows up in the bottom proper.
No, I got him.
Okay, just making sure, because I know you get on your thing and then you go. So
I'm not gonna forget.
I have heard about it. I saw the trailer for it. I was a little confused actually when I saw the trailer because I couldn't really derive a whole lot from it except that it did look like essentially, some good old folk, we're doing our thing. We were out there and running, and then suddenly they're nabbed up by these elitist people, right? It didn't seem from the trailer, at least inherently, that they were leftists. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. Maybe you can enlighten me.
Oh, because in the trailer they called them deplorables. And they explicitly said the people being captured were deplorables, and they said that they were from Mississippi, Florida, and I don't know, Arkansas or whatever, all these states that voted red in the Trump 20.
So it's like implied.
Yes, it's very much implied, but it's not very subtle. By the way, we have Nicholas Glenn here of Echo Base Network. He's finally joined the party. Nicholas, how you doing, man?
What's going on? Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, we hear you just loud and clear, just fine. How you doing, man?
Good. Just I was freaking up late last night, and then had a bunch of stuff going on today that I was doing. So laid down and take a quick nap and overslept a little bit.
Oh, no worries, man.
So I'm just now
you're here.
You're
here, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I'm here.
Woohoo! It's great to see you again. The last time we saw each other was Chicago.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was a really good time. I think we had too much fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But anyways, we were just talking about our first topic of the night, The Hunt, in that movie. Yeah, you heard about that, right?
Oh yeah. The what was it? The Trump fan killing movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. And I believe Mary was talking about something just a second ago. So we're probably going to get back onto that. Mary, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I think I get that it was implied. And it would, of course, it would have to be implied. I suppose they could not say it. But I think it's an interesting concept. I'm a little blown away that anybody even felt like they could get away with that in the first place. Like, of course, this got pulled. I know what they're saying about the whole, they're pulling it because of the shootings and everything like that. But look, there are violence in movies all of the time. These two situations are hardly comparable. Abducting people and putting them in a hunting zone so that they can be hunted by other people is hardly the same scenario as a mass shooting, right? One is sort of escapism. I'm not my cup of tea. Like, I never got into the whole, like, the Purge style movies anyway. But I mean, I suppose I understand how some people could, but they're not the same scenarios, not even by a long shot. So I'm not really sure why they think that. I suppose it just seems like an excuse to me. So,
Mara, what were your thoughts on it?
Well, like Mary said, I don't have any issue with the fact it was the overall plot, because it sounds like almost in a way like The Most Dangerous Game, which is basically in the story, basically a wealthy man lives on an island, and if you shipwreck on his island, he hunts you. Basically, like, man is the most dangerous game. So I have no issue with that part of the plot. I do, however, have take issue with what Mary said and the fact that they thought they could get away with this by almost blatantly having it that the hunted, even though they're the victims, are Trump supporters. Now imagine if this movie had come out and it was revealed that it was the other way around and it was Trump supporters targeting illegal immigrants. Can you basically imagine the outcry that would happen? I think that would be rightly so, because it's has a blatant agenda to it, which I think this movie had. So whether or not you can say for sure that they pulled it because of the mass shooting, even though the mass shooter was a liberal, I don't know. But at the same time, it's like I think part of it was the backlash because I thought they could sneak it under the radar and we wouldn't notice. But then we started picking up on what they were doing in the movie, and they felt like we can't afford to release this now because of the two situations. So I don't know.
Now, do you think that this was meant to portray Trump supporters in a bad light or liberals in a bad light? Because it would seem to me that this would sort of be on the side of more conservatives.
It would be for the victims. However, I don't know if they're going to make the hunters like victim card carrying members of society. I don't know.
Well,
that's the thing. I didn't really see the trailer.
Well,
I've read
actually,
about it.
I want to say, like, and this kind of all got started. Well, I saw the trailer earlier. I was on This Week in Austin from Philip DeFranco. I just clicked it. I was like, okay, that's interesting. All right, then. We all know Blumhouse has an agenda. It's very obvious, especially with Jordan Peele. But not subtle at all. But to me, I thought it was very obvious. It was very obvious who the protagonists are. It would be the so-called deplorables. They're the ones who are getting thrown into this situation. They're the good guys. It's very clear that these elitists are the bad guys. They are the antagonists, and it's kind of like, why are we complaining about something that's supposed to be a movie for conservatives, like in their favor? That's what it sort of seems to me. I don't know about you guys. Nicholas, we haven't heard you speak on this. What do you think? Oh, sorry, Mara.
Duke it out.
I'm sorry. The fact that you said that and the shooter was liberal, that could be the reason they pulled.
Could be the reason.
Liberals and conservatives.
Perhaps. Nick, what are your thoughts on this?
Personally, I don't think they should have pulled the movie. Just from what I don't know. I hate judging a movie when I haven't even seen the movie. So really all I can do is go on what I've heard about the movie. So just based on that, it does sound like it was a movie that was kind of against Trump supporters and against conservatives. Do I think it should have got pulled for that? No, not really. Would I liked it? Probably not. But I still don't think it should have gotten pulled. I don't know. I love the movie Surviving the Game with Ice-T back in did you guys ever see that back in the early 90s? So it sort of is the same premise. So Ice-T basically plays a homeless guy, but it doesn't really go that conservative, liberal, deplorables, sort of route, the political route, but it's the sort of same type story. Ice-T's a homeless guy that a bunch of other elitists who are, real wealthy men get him off the streets and invite him to come on this hunting trip with them. And they get there, and then he finds out that he's the one being hunted. The movie is awesome for a 90s movie. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend going and checking it out. But that's sort of like what it seemed like this movie was going to be. is another one of those. But then I started hearing all sort of like the political stuff of it, and how the people being hunted were, basically Trump supporters and all that. So I don't know. It seems like everything's got a political agenda these days, but
it's hard to avoid. It's kind of like it reminds me of Pulp Fiction when John Travolta's pointed the gun to Marvin and just like, well, you gotta have an opinion.
I don't actually have a problem with politics in a film or politics being like a main center focus of a film, if going in, that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're not being manipulated in some way, there's not some behind the scenes agenda, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, not like Star Wars, just like, I wanted a Star Wars movie, not a movie about animal rights. Fuck animals. I don't want any of that.
Third world.
Someone's gonna clip that, but I don't care. Those horsies.
I actually don't have a problem with the concept of a movie that is sort of politically inclined, especially if it's like this sort of horror genre, like way out there, kind of crazy purge, this would never really happen in real life sort of thing, right? Like, because that is some people's cup of tea, and that's fine. It's these sort of hidden agendas that I have a problem with, and I think Mara's frozen. Mara, are you frozen? Mara's frozen.
Oh no!
We lost her.
She'll come back.
She'll be back. She always comes back.
Mm-hmm.
No, I actually don't have any issues with these sort of these movies that make like sort of an escapism for people, and they get an opportunity to sort of live vicariously through. I mean, you've wanted to go out and shoot some people every once in a while, right? Like you just sat there and thought to yourself, "No, I'm gonna get you. I'm sorry, proper." You sat there to yourself and you said, as you had your hand on the wheel and you were driving down the road, you were like 10 o'clock. Everything's fine. Everything's normal. 2 o'clock. It was the worst massacre we've seen in years.
Did you hear that in the background?
What was that?
That was a motorcycle.
No.
Oh.
It was just good. It was good timing.
Yeah.
So I was like, that guy gets it.
Like you think about it sometimes where you just sit there and go, I could take them all out right now.
I was thinking about that after going to the grocery store earlier this morning. It was trash day, and all these motherfuckers have their trash can for some reason in the middle of the road. I'm just like, I want to take a baseball bat and just run, just hit them all away. Like, no, go away, get out. When the trash guy comes, take it back. It's that easy. But it's just one of those frustrating things, But anyways, let me know in the chat, guys, what you thought. I'm going to read some of these comments here. Benzo says, English, motherfucker, do you speak it? What country are you from? What? I love that movie so much. Stone Cold Jeremy says, based on the premise of what's been said and what we do now about it, they shouldn't have made it to begin with, considering today's cultural climate and events happening. Roxanne, okay, I get it. We're not going back there again. No more, Mary, please.
You can't stop me. I'm being sweet. I'm doing it during comments, okay?
Hey, fair enough. Timon is here. Timon's awesome. Love it. Dan Windows update. I know. It sucks, doesn't it? Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest says surviving the game was the shit. Oh, yeah. Is that the movie you were talking about, Nick?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 90s movie. So it's kind of old, but it was awesome. I loved it. It's definitely one of those 90s movies you need to definitely check out sometime.
I probably will. Jesse also says fan theories are usually wrong because fans think deeper than executives. What do you guys think about that? I think we could probably talk about that for a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could have a whole whoopsies. We could probably have a whole stream about that. But yeah. And I think that kind of goes into what we're going to be talking about next. Star Wars, Nicholas Glenn, you posted a video on Echo Base Network that was talking about Walmart and all these toys being revoked from all these Walmarts, all these Star Wars toys. What's up with that, man?
So I was just strolling through Twitter and saw that Data Racer had posted some information on Walmart pulling Star Wars merch. So I was like, wow, this is the first I've heard of this. And I got one right down the road from my house, and it was late and I was wide awake. So I was like, let me drive down there. So I headed down there and just recorded what I saw to see if what Data Racer was saying is what I was seeing at my local Walmart. And sure enough, all the Star Wars toys were gone. And I go to that Walmart probably at least once a week for sure. And every time I go up there, I'll go through the electronics section, which is right by the toy section. So I'll go through the toy section, and they always got Star Wars stuff, the Black Series stuff, Solo figures, Last Jedi figures. They even had Force Awakens stuff still there. But when I went down the aisle after seeing that, it was all cleared out. But none of the other toys were cleared out. So they were all still there. And then they had sheets pinned up on the pegs. So it looked like they were restocking. So me and Coach did a follow-up video that night, and I went back to the Walmart and kind of zoomed in on those sheets for that video, and they had no Star Wars toys listed on it. So I don't know what the deal is with Walmart pulling all the Star Wars stuff, but I kind of confirmed Data Racer's article on there, at least with my local Walmart here. And the funny thing is, I didn't bring this up in our video, but I'll bring it up here. I was curious to hear what the shill of shills, John Campea, thought about this, especially the analytics company that Disney hired to get feedback on The Last Jedi, basically showing that the overwhelming majority of the people that they, researched just through Twitter leaned on the negative side for The Last Jedi. Wow. But I asked Campea if he had seen the articles about the Walmart pulling all Star Wars merch and about the analytics data that Disney hired a third-party company to do research on, and he deleted the super chat question in his live stream and didn't even answer it.
He deleted. You super chatted him.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker goes out and deletes it.
Yep.
So you just wasted your money on that. What the fuck? And YouTube still takes it.
Yeah, $10. So then I on his let's see. Hang on. Actually, I can probably just pull it up right here.
That's pretty. Well, that's pretty fucked up.
That's what blows my mind is that there's some kind of that kind of activity. You can't even say it's like a troll-like behavior. It's a valid question, right?
It was a 100% valid question.
But it's not like you pulled like that smelly knee pun. That pun that you remember that, right? That he got caught with.
Yeah.
I think that it could be partially. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Like, you didn't do any of that, so why would he delete it? Why would he just delete negative news?
It's a question he doesn't want to answer. It steps outside the narrative. It makes it difficult to continue to shill when real questions are asked. So, and I guarantee you, anybody who sees a super chat like that, it's a valid question, right? But no, they just write it off as someone being a troll without ever stopping to ask themselves whether or not they're actually being sincere or genuine. How do you do that? How do you just dismiss a question out of hand like that when it's a real question, a good question? Asking questions is essential to having any idea what it is that you're talking about. But if you're not willing to ask those hard questions, then you're a shill. You're a shill.
Yeah,
That's so much.
And the thing is, I went on that video of the live stream he had that day and said, "Hey, yo, why'd you delete my question? It was a valid question. It was a honest question. I wanted to get your honest feedback on." And some other people are like, "What was the question?" I was talking to other people, and they're like, "That's weird. Nothing seems wrong with that. I don't know why he would have deleted that." So he actually responded to me on the comment section of the video and said that
he did.
Yeah, he did. And he said that he told me in the live stream of the chat the previous night when he posted the link up for the video that he was doing, that he responded to me at that point in time and said that both of those articles are fake, and that's why he deleted it.
Well, why couldn't he just answer that on the stream?
Yeah,
just like, oh, well, I heard that those were fake articles, or like I don't know too much about that. You know, it's a very simple question.
Yeah, so I responded and I said, I never saw that because I basically put in the super chat question and then jumped out of there because it was just a link. It wasn't like you were live, and it was for a live stream for the next day. So, you know, why would I have stayed in there to see if you were going to respond in there? I was just waiting for the next day. And I said, it would have been nice if you would have shown evidence showing that those articles are fake. Because I went to my local Walmart and kind of confirmed it, you know. And then Coach was going to go to his local Walmart up in North Alabama and check, but he's so busy with school starting back, I don't think he's had a chance to yet. But I was just kind of like, I don't know why you deleted that, but I was like, hey, you got your $10, so.
By the way, Spartan Jeremy, he's my co-host on the Council of Jeremy's unofficial co-host. He's amazing. He said, I, for one, am not surprised that he deletes super chats. Yeah, makes sense. And he said, you need to have morals to care about. Oh, wait, I skipped ahead. Jeremy Peterson said, isn't that a YouTube moral sin to delete a super chat? I don't know. I think you might still get the money, but who knows? And then he said, you need to have morals to care about sins. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Spartan Jeremy, that is why you are my co-host on the Council of Jeremy's. By the way, I think that'll be starting up not this Saturday, but maybe the next Saturday, I think, is when we're going to have the next one. And that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very interesting having everyone all on here. But that's fine. We lost Mara again, but she'll be back.
She must have bad internet where she's at.
Probably. And then JRoar123 says, Hasbro isn't just pissed. They are lawyering up. Are they? I didn't hear about this. Oh, that's crazy.
Huh.
He said, he continues, I heard they pulled all Star Wars toys and have started recycling procedures. Huh. Well, I wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a couple.
Store is about to have a whole bunch of new stock.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, Ancient One, how is everyone doing today? I am doing pretty well. How are you? Orville Nation is here. What is up, man? We have Jack the Raider saying, vote helpful Jeremy 2020. If somebody could help me, maybe helpful Jeremy can help me, get information on what the hell is going on with that helpful Jeremy and Leia on Twitter, like running for president or whatever. I don't know what's going on. I thought I was the president of the Council of Jeremy's. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
They can never take that from you proper.
No. Is it because I served more than 2 terms? Is that it? Is that because I made myself president because I was the only member?
You did make yourself president. I'm not sure that's how.
No, but no other Jeremy was around then. I was only me.
I'm the president by default.
Yeah,
but there are options now. The people must speak.
Yeah.
The people must speak. And you know what? I am happily willing to transfer power, if in a fair election. Absolutely. Spartan Jeremy would probably get really mad.
I actually don't want another president. I would rather stick with the president I know. Stick with the evil,
Yes, live long and proper. Yeah, Robert Pearson says the original trilogy toys would still sell in truckloads if they produced them. That's a good point. If they kept that up. I mean, don't you know those? Well, Nick, you must know. Like at Star Wars Celebration, were you at the actual convention?
Yeah. Me and Lindy. We were outside of the convention hall, just kind of walking through. We were actually going to go to a Cubs game and then just go to the meetup that night. But when we're walking through, we realized that we could actually get tickets. So she was like, "We're getting tickets. We're going." I was like, "All right, that works for me." So
you actually didn't need tickets.
Yeah, I mean, we walked right by there. I mean, we could have literally actually just walked right into it.
Yeah, that happened. That's how I got into the episode 9 panel. And J.J. Abrams. I'm gonna see if I can find my. You know what? I'll worry about it later. But yeah, they gave us a beanie that was like episode 9, which is kind of cool. And yeah, they gave me a Happy Meal. So J.J. Abrams gave me breakfast. Well, how can I complain about that?
You had to skip breakfast that morning, right? Like you had a
I didn't.
mad dash. You didn't skip breakfast, or you did skip
No, I didn't have breakfast. No.
Yeah, so you had to skip breakfast, and J.J. Abrams saved Proper's tummy.
Yes, saved my tummy, and now there's more of me to love. But more about these Star Wars rumors. Well, one of them is quite interesting. Ewan McGregor is gonna come back as Obi-Wan in this Disney Plus series. This is something that we've been wanting this for so long, and now we finally are about to get it, and it's exciting. Look at this, man. This is the one. I didn't want it in a series per se, but Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan is always a win, even in the prequels when the movies were not necessarily at their best, at their peak. He was always great.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of confused, when people are complaining about it, about this, do you guys think it's because of the leadership at Lucasfilm? Is that it?
I think it has a lot to do with what Disney's done with the characters from the past movies so far already, and I think it makes people nervous to where they're like, don't touch any more of these characters and politicize them and sour them with your freaking identity politics and stuff. So I think that's where people are like kind of freaking out a little bit because they don't know what they're gonna actually get. Like I saw the news this morning and I was like, this is awesome. Ewan McGregor's back, Obi-Wan's back, but now it comes down to, all right, so what are we gonna get? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited to see Ewan McGregor come back as Obi-Wan. I just hope they don't ruin it.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts on it? On Ewan McGregor coming back in this? I think there was rumored a few months ago that it was a mini series or something, like a 6-episode series or something, like a half-hour long. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Mara, you just got back.
Yeah. Sorry, Wi-Fi is going in and out, so if I cut out, that's why.
Oh, that's fine. No worries.
Normally, I would be excited for an Obi-Wan movie because I really enjoyed the Kenobi, and if they were to base the movie off of, or anything off of that, I would enjoy a chance to read it. I highly recommend it. I think it's like one of the last ones before Disney bought, or written before Disney bought Lucasfilm.
What was it called again?
And Kenobi, just Kenobi. It's basically his time on Tatooine, a little bit of his time on Tatooine. And but I do have an issue with it being a mini series, and the reason why I do is because it's like a movie about a beloved character, and Star Wars is meant for the big screen. Movies like that are not meant for a TV series on Disney Plus, especially.
If you saw clips of The Mandalorian, it looked damn good, and
like that's the difference. Like a TV show, like the Clone Wars or the Mandalorian, that's one thing, because that you could do episodically, but this is basically Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is Alec Guinness from the original trilogy. This is Ewan McGregor from the prequels. He belongs on the big screen, not on Disney Plus. So I'm not excited for that news.
Huh. I mean, I for one was disappointed that Kenobi did not get a Star Wars story sort of movie. I know if they do it kind of like more on the lines of what Rogue One was trying to do, I think I'd be fine with that. Mary, what do you think?
You're not going to like it. So Mara stole the words right out of my mouth, but I am going to echo that sentiment wholeheartedly. Of all of the characters that deserved not just a standalone movie, a standalone trilogy, it was Obi-Wan Kenobi. He deserves better than to be stuck on some mini-series, some little episodic adventure on Disney Plus. Now he's behind some paywall that we have to go to in order to be able to access him. Obi-Wan Kenobi deserved better than this. And that alone is enough of a reason to actually upset me a little bit about the route that they're talking about taking with him. That alone is enough to upset me. Not to even mention the treatment that our legacy characters have been given up to this point. I have no faith whatsoever in their ability to treat him with any measure of dignity and respect. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. 2 years ago, I would have been stoked out of my mind for this. Well, I would have wanted it to have been a movie trilogy, obviously, but I still would have been excited. Now I'm sitting here terrified. I'm sitting here going, please not Obi-Wan, please not Obi-Wan, please not Obi-Wan. He is by far is difficult because it does shift from day to day. Sometimes I'm sitting there going, I love Luke the most, but Obi-Wan is right there neck and neck. He is on most days going to be the person or be the character that if you ask me who is my favorite Star Wars character, like most days, the answer is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I did not want to see him shoved into some small little series on Disney Plus when the guy deserves so much better. And I'm terrified of what they're going to do to his character. I don't believe for 2 seconds that they have a good grip on who Obi-Wan Kenobi is, or that they will even understand how to execute his character properly. I don't believe that because there's not a soul at Disney who has any measure of passion for these kinds of projects. I'm just scared they're going to assassinate him like they did Luke, and I don't want to see that. I would much rather something like this wait until the implosion is finished, Kathleen Kennedy is gone, and things can start to go back to a place where you feel like there's some love for these projects. But no, I'm sitting here right now just going, they're going to fuck him up. They're going to fuck him up. And there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I'm upset.
Can I say one quick thing?
There's a female character in the book who's strong in her own right. I'm not going to go into details about what her character is involved with, but I fear that they would take her and elevate her by dumbing him down, making him an idiot. And that wasn't the case in the book. They were basically equals in a sense of their importance to the story. So,
Nick, what were you going to say?
I was just going to kind of play devil's advocate a little bit on the streaming series versus the theater thing. So the one good thing, or the one possible good thing about having it on a streaming series instead of a movie is the fact that they can go into the character and other characters a lot more and develop it a whole lot more. Like if you look at the Cobra Kai series, what if they came out with Cobra Kai and said, this is Karate Kid 5, and they called it Cobra Kai, and it was a 2-hour movie. You wouldn't have been able to fit all that.
Oh no!
Season 1 into a single movie. I mean,
about the same thing though here, Nick. We're talking about the difference between a mini series where he's going to get something like 6 episodes, whereas what he should have gotten was a standalone trilogy. If he were given like a long run like Cobra Kai, where we could look at multiple seasons, I would agree. But the buzz is that he's going to have like this sort of 6 episode long miniseries, and that's not enough time.
I could be wrong about that, but that was just what I heard a few months ago.
Yeah, and I don't know the details of it either. I don't know if it's just going to be just a mini series of like 4. All right, I will agree with your point and Mara's point on this part, Mary. If they come out and do a mini series and it's 4 30-minute episodes and that's it, there is no season 2 or anything. It's just 4 to 6 30-minute episodes. Yeah, I think that's a terrible idea. But if they do it in a series where it's 10 episodes, 30 minutes long, season 1, then they come out with the season 2, and then they end it with season 2 and have 2 seasons, I would be fine with that.
That I could get behind to some extent. Like I could at least feel a little bit of solace in something like that if I felt like it were given time to be processed, because it's true. I agree with you that a long running series would be something that could at least do justice to his character in terms of getting into the nitty gritty, if I believed they were capable of doing that, which I don't. Yeah. But let's just say that if they did actually have some measure of respect for this character, a long running series, I think would, something like Clone Wars could do it justice. And I would be willing to look at something like that and be willing to give it a chance. But I don't believe they care. I don't believe that they have any respect for the character. And I think one of the big red flags for that is that they're willing to even talk about making it some little short mini series. That's even a buzz thing that we're discussing. That should never cross anyone. Well, let's just give them a little mini series. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's who we're talking about right now. Why is that even on the table?
Because who cares? Who cares if it's on a streaming service? Who cares if it's in the theaters? As long as it's good. If it's good, what does it matter?
It can't be good.
No.
Why can't it be good? Why not?
If you'd let me finish, I would tell you why. It can't be good if they minimalize it and dumb it down and shorten it to a point where they can't put in the time, effort, and energy and love into the character that he needs and deserves. It can't be good if they stick this into some little 6 series or 6 episode series that doesn't do any justice to the character. I'm sorry, but if you throw a bunch of other characters in with him, which is what they're talking about doing, then you can't contribute enough, or you can't give enough time to the main character. He's going to wind up being shoved aside for some other person. Mark my words, they'll slap Obi-Wan Kenobi on there and then make it about some other freaking character.
Why would they do that?
Because they want the butts in the seat. They want the butts in the seat to watch it and pay for it, but they don't actually care about the characters. Disney's done this over and over and over again. They did this to Luke. They did it to Han. They poached Chewie. They did this to all of these characters so far. We went back to see Luke Skywalker, to see Han Solo. We went back for them, and instead we got handed Rey.
Well, remember the trailer for The Force Awakens. What excited the crowds?
Han Solo, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. And at the end, that's how they got us. And I'm going to go in to watch The Force Awakens, and they don't show.
You're breaking up a little bit.
We're not going there.
You're breaking up, Nara.
2.0. Sorry.
I didn't get that. You were breaking up. No, it's okay.
That we go to see the characters, not Finn, Rey, Poe, or Rebels 2.0. Basically, is what it is. The Rebellion 2.0.
Yes. Yeah.
I still reiterate that Obi-Wan deserves a movie on the big screen, and the reason why is because Star Wars is an epic event. When you have a movie, especially a movie it's supposed to be centered on an original trilogy character that most fans love, whether it's the Alec Guinness version or the Ewan McGregor version, it's an event. And to just shove it onto Disney Plus, and when most people aren't even planning on buying it, is a disservice to the character. It's a slap in the face to fans. and I am not excited for it at all. And I fear, like what Mary said, is they'll sucker us in with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and like say, for example, they do the book I mentioned, make the sole focus on, let's say, the female protagonist in the book, and not on Obi-Wan Kenobi, when that wasn't the case.
Well, that's fair enough, and I understand. I'm not arguing whether or not, he deserves a movie on the big screen. That's not even a question to me. But my concern is just like, listen, as long as it's good, I'll be happy. As long as it's good, that's all I ask for. I don't care if it's on a stream. I don't care if it's on the big screen. Whatever it is, it's on TV. If they put it on YouTube, I don't care. As long as it's good, that's all I can. That's all I can really ask for at this point. And it's frustrating because, I want Star Wars to succeed. I really want it to succeed. These people are making it really fucking hard, making it really hard, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Quick question: do we even know who's involved with this series yet?
It's just rumored right now.
Yeah, it's just rumored right now.
Yeah, but
and I think that's going to play a big part on whether it's going to be good or not. I mean, if they get Dave Filoni or somebody in there to work with this, and somebody else that actually knows Star Wars canon and knows these characters.
I haven't heard anything out of Dave Filoni in a while, though.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, the last I heard from him is when I saw him at the Rebels panel.
Yeah,
the Clone Wars panel.
Maybe that's why he's been so silent. Maybe he's been working on this Obi-Wan stuff.
Well, he does have his trust tree or whatever it is. But you know what? Dave does have his flaws. Like, I don't think he'd be a better president of Lucasfilm than Kathleen Kennedy would be, but
a monkey would be a better president of Lucasfilm than Kathleen Kennedy.
Okay, I get it. I get that. But he did direct the Clone Wars movie.
Dave Filoni. I love Dave Filoni. I'm just saying, at this point, # monkey for president. I'm just saying.
Don't. Oh, that's going to get so misinterpreted.
I'd be fine with
I get it. People are going to clip this and be like, "You're a terrible person, Mary." How dare you? How dare you say that about future President Kamala Harris? How dare you?
I'm sure someone will skew my words, but that within context.
I get it. Yeah. No, I totally get it. By the way, speaking of Star Wars, Drunk 3PO is here. He has graced us with his presence. He says, "What's up, guys?" I love Drunk 3PO. He's my brother from the Senate. He's fantastic. Now I'm going to read a little bit of the chat because this has been a very interesting conversation. I want to keep it going, but I'm going to read what some of these lovely people in the chat have to say. I'm going to scroll back up a little bit because I missed a lot of comments. Trying to do it a little bit at a time. Spartan Jeremy asked about earlier, but the question is, was the breakfast finished or was it only half cooked? Oh, referring to J.J. Abrams buying us McDonald's. No, it was fully cooked. No, and he somehow managed to get a hamburger and fries at 9 a.m. I can't even do that here. I have to deal with the breakfast food. That sucks. I don't want a sausage egg McMuffin in the morning. I want a goddamn hamburger. I want a cheeseburger. I want a Big Mac. Why can't I have that? Everyone's showing their figures, and that's a great figure, by the way, Nick. I get it. Roxanne, Mary. Roxanne. Oh gosh. No, not the cat. 19K Fox is here as well. What's up, 19K Fox? You beautiful bastard. And we also have Ryan, Ryan Kennel, RK Outpost. He's actually going to be on the channel next week, and I met him in person. He's a great guy. Look at that guy. He's totally not showing off his muscles at all to gym.
Yeah,
He says,
did he recently do a video for Geeks and Gamers?
yes, he did. Yes, he
yeah,
did.
I saw that. Because I clicked on the video and I was like, "Who's this guy?" I'd never seen him before.
But
and,
he's yeah.
So I ended up going to his channel and subbing to his channel.
Oh yeah, I mean he's going to do very well. He's going to do very well. And he says, "Hey guys, I'm in wine country and super hammered. Bit I love this community. Talk you next week proper. Fist." He's hammered. He's had a lot of Jack and Cokes. That is his drink of choice. If you ever see Ryan Kennel in the flesh, buy him a Jack and Coke and he will be your best friend.
Hey, that's my drink also.
Really? Oh yeah, that's right.
That's pretty much all I drink. That and of course when we're up there in Chicago, shots, which I normally don't do unless I'm out and about. I was definitely in rare form that night.
oh yeah, it was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But we were taken care of very well. We were taken care of, so it's all good.
I'm just glad we had a designated driver to drive us.
Oh yeah, she was such a sweetheart. Seriously, tell her I said hello.
I will definitely. She's in the living room right now watching TV.
It's not. It's like I don't care. Like you do your thing, you know. That's lovely. I love that. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. Kermit the Log is also here. Hi, old Kermit. Robert Pearson says, "I fear what Disney will do to Kenobi. I so hope they do him justice, but their track record says otherwise." I think that's a very good justification for that. I totally understand that. However, as long as it's good, I am satisfied with it. I don't care if it's on Disney Plus or if it's on the big screen, as long as it's good. If Cobra Kai has taught us anything, that you can have it on the small screen and have it be excellent. Especially something that used to be, on the big screen, Karate Kid. I never saw those in theaters because I wasn't alive. But, they were always great to watch. I love that first movie very much. I really love that first movie. Not so much the other ones, but I still like them just fine. But that's something that can easily turn around. And instead of here's my thing on this. Instead of saying that everything Disney does is wrong, everything that Lucasfilm does is going to be bad and whatever. Instead, I would just prefer to be like, hey, this is an opportunity for you to course correct.
Drunk. I'm sorry, I was talking to Drunk. Proper. Drunk's on the mind. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hi, Drunk. Proper. I'm not trying to steal your joy, and I'm with you. I'm like to think of myself as hopeful and optimistic, and I want to be with you. I do. I want to be with you. But how many times does a person have to be burned before they stop touching a stove?
Well, The Last Jedi was a big burn.
So was
Solo and had dumb moments.
Every
very dumb moments.
We've had with Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy is another burn.
JJ, it didn't burn me the first time. I understand that people didn't like The Force Awakens, and
no.
In retrospect,
about those moments where he said things like, "Well, if you didn't like it, you're a sexist," right? He's made those comments.
Oh, yeah, you're correct on that. He's like, "Oh, they must be intimidated by women." I don't know about. See, this is why I'm conflicted. Because he wants it to be good. He wants to be good. He has this whole. He has to defend The Last Jedi. He actually never mentioned the words "The Last Jedi" at the Episode 9 panel. He said "the last movie," the other one. Like that's pretty much what he said. He never uttered the words Episode 8 or The Last Jedi. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. It's been rumored for a long time that he doesn't like it.
Okay, so let's even set aside J.J. Abrams, okay? Let's say he's flimsy enough of an argument to set him to the side. Every time we've been in Freddie Prinze Jr., freaking Jade, Ryan Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger has even refused to really acknowledge, to the extent that it needs to be acknowledged, the issues that are going down here, right? Like, there are problems.
They're very out of touch. Yeah.
We've been burnt over and over and over again. Hope and optimism is low for good reason. I'm with you. And I'm going to watch it, of course, because I have to for the channel. But if it were up to me, my enthusiasm is just in the dirt. I can't drum up enthusiasm when I don't feel like I have a good reason to. And sticking Obi-Wan Kenobi on the little screen is not a good enough reason to get me excited at this point.
However, during this time, though, we had Star Wars Rebels, and that was very well received.
It was
people loved it.
It was okay. It was.
Well, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to your incorrect opinions. Like,
dislike.
Proper. She's gonna make sure you sell your body to multiple people tomorrow on Shenanigans.
I'm gonna pay for this. But that's okay. We disagree, and that's wonderful. We're allowed to disagree, and that's fine. You know, I liked Rebels. That's great. You thought it was okay. That's fine. Some people could hate it. Some people hate Dave Filoni. Yeah,
I liked Rebels. It's not enough of a reason for me to keep coming back to the stove and getting burnt.
But here's my thing. The movies have very much disappointed us. The TV shows, not so much. They've been very good with the TV shows.
Resistance?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. That aside. Blech.
I will say about Resistance, the season 2 trailer. I did not watch any of season 1 of Resistance. I had zero interest, but I did watch the season 2 trailer yesterday, and I actually didn't think it looked bad, honestly. Which the season 1, I was like, this looks stupid. I have no interest, and I never watched a single episode. But then when I watched the trailer yesterday, I was like, it actually doesn't look that bad. It looks a lot better than the first season. So I will just say that.
I hope they pull an Ahsoka and turn it around, but so far no dice. I'm not interested in continuing to get burnt by everyone, and so my enthusiasm's in the dirt, and you can't really expect people to get hyped. I get it. I hope, but I don't hope against hope. You know, like I'm sort of sitting here just going, okay. You know, please don't hurt Obi-Wan.
We'll see what happens.
Well, Will Gentry says, Mary Mayhem, it's not about being enthusiastic. It's about hoping they have finally learned from their mistakes and will get it right this time. And I think that's exactly
how you highlight the 1 or 2 comments that agree with you and ignore all the ones that agree with me. I can see that chat too, buddy. So.
Fine, I'll pull them up if you want me to. It's going to be a little bit, but I can definitely pull them up if you want to acknowledge. If you want to acknowledge it, go ahead.
I'm not trying to steal anyone's joy, and
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, just if you have a comment that you want to read out, go ahead, read it out. It's totally fine, because I'm focused more on this conversation, and I want to like try to balance it. So if
I'm just giving you shit, proper.
Jerk.
I will say yes. Yesterday on mine and Coach's video that we did yesterday, we both said on there that, you know, we want Star Wars to be good. We don't like making videos trashing on Star Wars and all that. You know, so yeah, we want it to be good. We want to make videos where we're excited about Star Wars, but you know, we're not there yet.
Yeah, I think we will be someday.
Yeah,
but
I hope so.
You know, to me, it's a matter of trial and error, and a lot of something that you guys got to understand is that people in this industry work things out years in advance. So they don't know what the trending topic is going to be. They don't know what's going to be the big buzz. That's, bands, they make albums not necessarily thinking about the trends because they're not focused on that. What they're focused on is what they're doing then. They may be thinking about trends a while ago. That's fine. But it seems like because of that, and it's very... Listen, it's hell trying to change some things at the last minute. If it's for the greater good, if it helps the story that is going to be told, great, fine. But if they're settled on a story, they're settled on it, and that's it. Nothing is going to be drastically changed. I know that the first Star Wars had a... Have you guys read the first draft of the original Star Wars?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was a shit show.
WTF.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only because we're familiar with. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't right. But what's up?
Something with your audio. It was like getting a lot of feedback or something.
How's it now?
You were like,
it's good now.
But
yeah,
holy cow!
It was freaking out for a minute there.
You were like,
yeah.
Really? Oh shit.
Yeah, bad.
Oh, but it's fine now. How long was that though?
5, 6, 7 seconds.
Yeah, shnikey. Yeah. Hey Tom, Midnight's Edge After Dark is here. How you doing, man?
Hell,
Good to see ya.
So there was an article that came out from comicbook.com 7 minutes ago that says Deadline confirmed it. It's not a rumor; it's confirmed.
What's confirmed?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay. So they were confirming it. Okay.
Yeah.
They just confirmed it.
Is a mini series or just confirming that
it's on
Ewan
Disney
McGregor's on board?
It's on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Indiana Jeremy says alien proper. Miss Sarcastic Nerd says proper isn't real. Rest in peace, headphone users. Oh god, that's probably why we lost some people. Because that sucks. I didn't know something was going on. That's on me.
It didn't last long. It was literally like less than 10 seconds.
But no, this looks confirmed. Deadline has confirmed it. This is a thing. Disney Plus series. Deadline has confirmed. Details about the series following the Jedi Master are being kept under wraps. McGregor played the younger version of the wise but erasable Star Wars icon in the 3 prequel films, Phantom Menace, blah, blah, blah. Plans in recent years to produce the standalone Kenobi film morphed into current plan for a big budget series on Disney Plus, the digital subscription service that has become an all-hands-on deck mission for Disney with a bevy of shows from Marvel Studios and major budget original programming such as high-profile remake of Lady and the Tramp. So yeah, it looks like this is confirmed.
Wow.
About 30 minutes ago.
I'm gonna update my tags real quick. Obi-Wan, Star Wars. There we go.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor.
It's confirmed, folks.
That's I mean, you know what? I'm excited that Ewan McGregor is coming back. I think that's a great thing. He was always one of those. Correct. If you disagree, that's fine. But I think that he helped make the prequels significantly better.
I think he was the best part of the prequels.
Mm-hmm. There was no flaw.
Minus Darth Maul.
Darth Maul was amazing.
Who I think should have been through all 3 of the movies and not count Dooku. They could have counted Dooku completely out and had Maul be that antagonist.
But Christopher Lee is so great.
Oh yeah. I love Christopher Lee.
Have you ever seen What If Episode 1 Was Good?
I have not.
By Belated Media. The audio isn't great for the first episode, but the concept that he has is just like it kind of has inspired me because he doesn't make videos anymore. It's inspired me to, come up with this idea that I'll talk to you guys later about. But it's essentially, what if, it's self-explanatory. What if episode 1 was good? Like really good. Like the best movie ever made, like the best Star Wars movie. And it actually takes things that George Lucas presented, but that he tweaked it in a way to make it a little bit more engaging, a little bit more familiar, and just, it was a good time. You know, I was just like, I would have loved to have seen that movie. You know what I mean?
Can I just have a mental breakdown right now, please?
Absolutely. What's up?
I just would like to have a mental breakdown on your show that this is confirmed now. Fuck.
What? What's going on?
I don't know. It was all fine, well and good while it was a rumor, and now it's confirmed, and I'm like, well, okay.
It's okay. We've had a lot of F-bombs being presented.
I didn't actually say it. I censored myself.
Oh, it's okay. You do.
Hey, maybe you'll end up liking it, Mary.
What if Mary? What if it's good? What's that, Mara?
I don't trust them at all. Look at their track record.
I agree with you, Mara. I don't trust them either.
Us to assume that they'll treat a white male protagonist with the character.
Oh no.
That's actually a really good point.
As well as
no.
Portrayed.
Oh no, you're right. He's a white male.
Yeah.
We're screwed. No.
Yeah, the show is screwed already. It's done.
Yeah, really should have. You know what? If we had a Lando Calrissian show, that would be fine. It would go off without a hitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, like I'm actually with episode 9. I'm a little pissed off that he's only going to be in there for a second. He's just a cameo, glorified cameo. No, don't do that. It's
they're
nice.
suckering us in with nostalgia is what they're doing again.
Yeah, they are, and I get it, but you know, the whole idea of like J.J. Abrams, you know, having this mission of, you know, oh, they're all gonna go together on this journey, this adventure. Why didn't he just direct all 3?
He should have.
Maybe because he had an idea. Maybe like that. I mean, I understand The Force Awakens pissed off some people, but come on. Before we get into that, though, that's something I want to talk about in a second. I'm going to read some chats. Tom says, Midnight says after dark. Thank you for popping by. I really appreciate that. I enjoyed seeing you in Vegas. You know, he's a great guy to hang out with. He really is. And he says, I don't like what he did with 3, but I like the first 2. I'm guessing he's talking about episode 1 and 2, and he didn't like 3. I'm sorry, Tom. It's okay. You know, I disagree. I think 3 was amazing. And I guess maybe it's because that was the first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters, and I thought like I got grounded because it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but episode 3 means a lot to me because I thought that was going to be the last Star Wars film, and a punishment that I got was, you know, I guess, all right, long story short, some kids threw a bottle of Gatorade at me that was full of piss, and I took off my jacket because they held me by the jacket, I guess, and I took it off, and because I took off my jacket, I got in trouble at recess, and then I got grounded because I took off my jacket in winter, and they said, oh yeah, you can't go see the new Star Wars movie. Like, dead out. Like, I was really upset because they took my siblings, my younger brother and sister, to go see it on the opening weekend, and I was like, this isn't right. You know, I was really upset. But on the last day of school, my dad said, hey, kid, we're going to go to the movies. We're going to go see Star Wars. I was like, yay! And so that's why it was such a great experience, because I thought I was missing an historical event, the last Star Wars movie ever to be released. And I was 9 years old, and it was really exciting for me. So episode 3 means a lot. So it's okay. You're allowed to be wrong, Tom. But I do think it was a great conclusion. I think it also spoiled us because all the lightsaber fights and everything, that was amazing. And what do we get in this new trilogy? 1, and it ruins the main villain. We've had 1 lightsaber fight, really, just 1.
Yeah,
bullshit.
There hasn't been a lightsaber fight that's even come close to what we got from Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor in episode 3. That duel between them two at the end was awesome.
It was ridiculous sometimes, but it was great. Like the when they were swinging on the vines, I'm like, why are you doing that? It's so stupid. But it was awesome and it was epic.
Yeah.
Doug Redhammer says, sounds like a terrible idea for a series. This is Disney's Obi-Wan, not Lucas's Obi-Wan. That's a great point, too. And I think Mary would very much agree with you. And I think Mara would, too. Mara, what do you think about that? Like, this is Disney's Obi-Wan. What do you think Disney's Obi-Wan is going to be?
I think Disney's Obi-Wan is going to be him as an idiot pedophile who is put in his place by the strong whammon who has no bearing at all on the Star Wars story that we know from the original trilogy.
What?
Killing his character.
It makes as much sense as BB-8 popping out of a freaking AT and trying to kill everybody. Like, seriously.
BB-8 is...
God, no.
I guess so.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
May cut off her video so we couldn't see her tears of sadness.
Robert Pearson does say Duel of Fates is an awesome trek regardless of what anyone thinks of the movie. I think John Williams is the best part of all these movies.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one, he's, aside from Anthony Daniels, really in the episodic episodes, the one consistent person who's been through all of it. He's like, and I don't think he deserved an Oscar nomination for episode 8, but it was still good. The music was still good. It doesn't matter what the story is. He just has to tell the story through the music.
Yeah. Real quick, Robert Pearson, he sent me some stuff. I don't know if you've seen it or not proper, but he built his own real authentic R2.
Is that what the avatar is?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the actual picture of the one he built, but he actually built an actual R2 unit, and it is awesome.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Dude, that takes a lot of work too. How does he control it? Like with because I saw some people at Celebration controlling it with R2 units with an Xbox remote or something, Xbox controller. I'd be very curious about that. Steve Canote. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'll actually. I think I got.
By the way, we are going to wrap this up pretty soon, but we're still here. We're going to read through some of the comments, and we're going to discuss what you guys are talking about. So don't worry, guys. Like it's going to be great. But yeah, so yeah, you know, I would rather, in all honesty, because I do love the creativity that comes out of Star Wars fans. It's just something that is very unique and very. I get surprised sometimes. I get very surprised at some of the stuff that Star Wars fans are able to do. But when it comes to Star Wars, though, I'd like to remember all of the good times. It's like it's kind of like if you remember a relationship that went sour, but you remember the good times, or if when someone close to you passes away, you tend to remember the good things, and that's, with Star Wars, I love Star Wars, but to me, I just want to remember what I loved about it, not what I hate, I don't want to focus on that. I want to be able to help in any way I can. I don't know how, but improve what is going on, but it is what it is. I just want to remember the Lucas era of Star Wars, but I mean, it is what it is, and you know what? I think I'm going to end it on this question in a second, but we're going to get right to that. I'm going to read some comments. Steve Kenobi says, Episode 1 was pretty good. It had a solid beginning, middle, and end. From a writing standpoint, there was nothing wrong with it. A few characters soiled it a bit, but that's it. Okay, well, that's fine. And yeah, I think the concept of what George was trying to do was great. That's what I think about Rogue One. I like the concept, and that was kind of an obvious thing, like, oh, it's a trap or whatever, like we're, sabotaging the Empire. Cool. I like that. I like how there's this whole team of people that we don't know about that was responsible for the original film ever happening. That's great. I think the execution wasn't the best, though, because, there's all these characters, and I don't care about any of them because they all die. Like, it's whatever. Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert. But anyways, it seriously is what it is. I'm going to scroll down a little bit because the chat jumped a little bit.
Off screen for a minute. I was tying myself to
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The Ancient One says, I feel your pain, Mary. Yeah, I mean...
Kill me.
No, I don't want to do that.
Please kill me.
No, you're with us. Stay alive. We love you. You should have said I know. You should have said I know.
If you guys don't hear from me in the next few days, it's because I've tied myself to some train tracks and ended it all.
How did you tie yourself to a train track? I understand getting your foot stuck into it, but...
That is the joke proper.
Disney, Open-Minded Movie Man says, Disney will probably flush Kenobi down the toilet as well. Yeah, I mean, and I understand with the track record, absolutely. And, yeah, I mean, we discussed that plenty. Oh, shoot. Whoopsies. There's two of you now. I don't know which one to add, Nick. All right, there we go. All right, something happened. All right, you're good. You're back. It's all good. Stone Cold Jeremy says, proper Jeremy, I wonder how many episodes will they have where Aunt Beru comes to Obi-Wan's aid? It's gonna be great. Oh man,
Aunt Beru's gonna be the hero of the Obi-Wan series.
You stop breaking Mary, please.
Hashtag break Mary. No, don't. Open My Movie says Mark Hamill's performance wasn't bad. It's just he didn't have the same passion as he did in the late 70s and early 80s. No, nobody was saying that his acting was bad at all. I think he did very well for what he was supposed to do. He's been known to be a great actor, so Mary, it's gonna be okay. Oh. I hate what's been happening too, babe. Like it's.
Yeah. Like for me, it also Obi-Wan was in a way, I think, like when I was 3 years old, my favorite character, because whenever my mom was pregnant with the older of my two little brothers, and they found out like the sex, obviously there was going to be a boy, they asked me what I thought of the name that they had picked, and it was Adam. Now, I have no problem with the name now, so if you're named Adam, I have no problem with that name. But when I was 3 years old, 3.5 years old, I had an issue with it because there were too many Adams at my school, according to my parents. That's what I told them. So they said, okay, to humor me, what would you name him? And I said, Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, 3 years old, 3.5 years old. And I went Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Aww.
And his name is Ben. That's my brother's name.
Bless your brother's heart. They're gonna murder his namesake. I'm sorry.
That's really sweet.
So
it actually warmed my heart a little bit.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean to like further break Mary, but it's like that's where it's like I do have slight connection to the character because I watched the original trilogy when I was 3 years old. I actually had the New Hope book that my dad would read to me, at night, and it was such an influence on me. And to see like what Disney has done to these characters, I'm not excited at all. I don't trust them at all going forward. I'm basically just sticking with episodes 1 through 6 and the expanded universe at this point.
Wow. Damn it, Mara! You make such a good point. Lethal Lightning. Miss said, I don't trust Disney, period. Yeah, I mean, I totally get that. I completely understand all of that. And Will Gentry says to Open-Minded Movie Man a little bit ago, he says, of course he didn't. He didn't feel the connection to Luke. Mark Hamill didn't feel the connection to Jake than he did to Luke. So he couldn't put his heart and soul into it simply because his heart and soul was Luke and that was Jake. That is a very good point. But I do feel that, based on that, yeah, I totally get that. But he did the best that he could with what he was given. And I don't have, does anybody here have any issues with how the actors performed?
No. Well,
No.
Look, Daisy could have done a little bit better job. She emoted a bit here and there, but she's a little plankish. I think we can all agree she's a little plankish.
Oh, that reminds me of something. Keep going.
Giggity?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, she's a little plankish, but for the most part, you got to be proud of Mark Hamill and the work he put into his performance, because I couldn't have done that. If they'd given that to me to do. I would have been like, no, I'll be over at the train tracks tying myself down.
The whole time he was doing that, he was pissed the entire time. He was probably fuming.
Get off my lawn.
Stop
making those noises.
I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But no, I remember this article. Okay, so this comes from Radio Times. This is the first one I pulled up. Hopefully this is the right one. I'm just doing this a little bit on the fly, so bear with me here. Star Wars actress Daisy Ridley reveals pretty horrid first days on The Force Awakens and made her think, I can't do this. She had a very difficult time because, and we'll get to that in just a second.
An American accent. She couldn't do it.
What?
They wanted her to use an American accent. She couldn't do it.
Was that it?
Yeah.
No, I thought that was... Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you see this?
Well, that was ages ago.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they wanted her to use an American accent. She couldn't do it. So she had a really hard time. Then they decided to just go ahead and let her use her regular accent or her English accent. Things went a lot smoother.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Because what I remember, well, she said there was a lot of pressure on the first few days of filming. Understandably so. It was pretty horrid. It was really scary. I felt just sick, and I didn't really know anyone yet, and it takes me a really long time to settle down with people. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And I do remember being behind the speeder, and there was loads of people there, and somebody had an umbrella over me, and even that, you're like, oh, someone's holding an umbrella over you? Okay. And I remember thinking, oh, I can't do it. I can't do this. This is not right. Because it was really hot out there. But I remember, oh, yes, here it is. Back in 2015, Ridley admitted that J.J. Abrams told her on the first day of filming that her acting was wooden, which really stuck with her at first. But she states on a podcast that she was on that they really got to know each other's style by the end of the project. So, yeah, even J.J. Abrams said your acting was wooden. So you're totally right on that. You're 100% right on that. When you say that Daisy Ridley's acting was a little bit wooden, even J.J. Abrams noticed that and said that to her on the first day. And I understand. I totally get it. It's like, imagine yourself being put in those shoes. You're Go ahead, Nick.
And with her keeping that her accent, I think that's one of the main reasons a lot of people were thinking she was somehow related to Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of her accent.
Then the theory became she's somehow related to Jyn Erso because they're both brunettes with English accents.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I had hoped she'd be related to Obi-Wan.
I kind of hope too.
Wanting him tied back.
I don't, because it goes against his character. It really does.
It does. Hold on, Clone Wars. He had a relationship with Satine, and
but it was never implied they went any further than having feelings for one another. So it would go against his character because he said he chose the Jedi Order over her. So for him to go against that when it was made clear in both the Kenobi book and that, it goes against everything that he stood for.
You know
what?
Do
you think he would still felt the same sitting in that hut on Tatooine all alone?
I think something would change. He would want some company.
Wishing he had a warm body to lay next to him at night.
I almost disagree.
He lived for half of his life celibate, so I don't think it was that difficult for him. It would go against his character that the George Lucas created.
I think, yeah. No, you have a good point on that.
Yeah.
You have a very good point. Okay, CT117 says, Proper Jeremy, can you mention my balance of the fandom server, please? Yeah, sure. And read out loud the announcement. Yeah, no, I don't know what announcement you're talking about. I guess it's a DM on Twitter. But yeah, he has a balance of the fandom server. And CT117 has been a big fan of the channel for a long time. And, he's a big fan of Zootopia. And a lot of people are, in his community are big fans. And what he wants to do with this server is have people, from both fandoms kind of meet each other and just be like, hey, we're on the same side here. So that's what he's going for. That's always what he was going for. I didn't quite understand it at first. I thought that there were issues between the two different fandoms. I didn't understand it, but what I get now is that, he just wants, people to meet each other and just be able to, go ahead and just meet up. So the link for that, I don't have a link for that right now, but I will say that it does exist. And CT117, if you promote it enough, people will come and people will join. And you got to do the heavy lifting, man. That's all I'll say about that. If you want to make something, you got to do it. You got to go out and just go for it. That's how I got to where I am now. That's how Jeremy got to. Oh God, it's like 180,000 subs.
Yeah, he just hit 180.
Yeah, he did a 180. Oh,
he's literally less. He's literally, I think, less than 1,000 subs from passing John Campea.
Oh, he's gonna pass him.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of time.
Mm.
And I'm scrolling down a little bit. Lethal Light said, I have reached the point where I am dumbstruck. People still think Star Wars will get better. Lethal Lightning, as your co-host for your Saturday show, I'm not going to be on, I haven't been on the last couple ones, and I apologize for that. But I got to say, I disagree. I got to disagree because we can't just, here's the thing. If we just say that everything that Disney and Lucasfilm does is just all bad, whether you agree with that or disagree with that, if all we're doing is complaining, being loud about it, they're not going to listen to us after a while, and they haven't really shown evidence that they're listening anyways, and I get that. But if we only complain, then what are we doing here? Like if they do something good, we have to acknowledge that they did something good.
First, you have to earn that trust.
I know.
I'm still waiting on them to do something good, so I can report on it.
That's fair enough. That's absolutely fair enough, and we can go back to just being happy about it. But Mega Jetty One says, so this stream is called BS. How about the BS regarding Resistance getting renewed and canceled on the same day? Oh! Oh, Mega Jetty, you win. You win, brother.
If they come out the new
I didn't
trailer
realize
for
it was
season 2.
renewed. I just heard it was canceled.
No,
Yeah.
it was renewed for a second season, but it's going to be the second final season.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And then Stone Cold Jeremy says, I can also see them having Devin, that expressing kid playing young Luke. I don't know who that is. I don't know how that is. All right, I'm going to scroll down a little bit and catch up with the chat a little bit. Shellback says, I just want you to know that I switched over from watching Razor Fist on Crowder to see what you're saying. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Maybe I do. Do you know what he's talking about?
Razor Fist is another.
Oh, I know who he
YouTuber.
is.
Oh yeah. And then I guess Louder Crowder must be live.
Yeah, so is World Class Bullshit.
Okay, fair enough. I probably shouldn't have. Wait, he's on World Class?
No. World Class Bullshitters is also live.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we're going to wrap it up soon, though. And everybody, once we're done, go ahead and go to World Class Bullshitters because, yeah, this might be This Week in Bullshit, but World Class Bullshitters, oh, yeah, they're a great time as well. So, yeah, imagine, Ancient One says, imagine of what would happen if Ben Skywalker is Obi-Wan Kenobi reincarnated. What would you do? Shit myself. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, what the fuck?
Answer ever.
What?
Most honest answer ever. TMI, but most honest answer ever.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to respond to that. I'll just like, I don't gag, throw up, throw a chair in a window. I don't know.
I just said
mean, like,
burn down Epcot if they did that.
Burn it down.
No, not Epcot. Burn down the Animal Kingdom.
Let's go. No, animals.
No, you evil little
No,
man.
just the Tree of Life. Whatever.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Oh man. This has been a great stream. But here's one more question that I have for everybody here. What if episode 9? What do you think? Like honestly, just give me an honest answer. Despite what everything has been happening at Lucasfilm so far, what if we're in the universe in the 14,605 chance, that Star Wars Episode 9 is good. Only one is where it's good and it satisfies everyone and it's great. Then what? Like seriously, no, I'm being serious here. What would it take?
Luke waking up from a bad dream to start episode 7.
I'm breaking up.
No, Luke waking up from is what she was
Bad
saying.
dream. Yeah, I know.
They
Does it all
could
fall?
have done the sequel trilogy set 30 years later and used Legends characters because Han and Leia had Jason, Luke and Mara Jade had Ben Skywalker. So you would have a new generation of heroes pretty much at the ready with Luke, Han, and Leia still keeping in line with their arcs from the original trilogy. And Disney threw that away to create characters no one cares about because they had no idea how to flesh out characters properly or care.
So it's heavy rumor on the fact that they're bringing time travel into episode 9.
Oh,
It
pulling
seems
the end game.
It seems to be everywhere. So there could be a very good possibility that there is some sort of time travel element in episode 9. And if they do bring that in, I think that they could fix it using that, because without time travel, I don't see how they fix it. Without time travel, or without everything was a dream, or whatever, some way to retcon what's come before episode 9, I don't see how they can fix it. But they could go all the way back to even before the Force Awakens in the time travel aspect of it, and fix it all, and end up basically having, but then again, it would also make the last two movies basically irrelevant, in the saga as a whole.
I don't think time travel is going to be a thing. All I know is just that.
Did you see the rumor that Rey was the reincarnation of Shmi Skywalker, which?
Yeah, well, we actually did a video on that back in April.
Which really would cause SJWs to burn down. Remember, Shmi was a slave. It would really cause SJWs to burn down Epcot because people would remember Shmi is a slave who was.
What is with you and Epcot?
No, I'm saying, like, this would literally cause them to riot against Disney because Shmi was a slave who was rescued by a white man.
I don't think she was actually rescued. She was left there, if I recall.
No. Klieg Lars.
Oh, that's right.
Bought her, freed her, and married her. White man.
That's true. No, you're right.
Maybe Lando will go back in time and buy her and marry her.
Oh, that would make it right. That would make it okay. Hey.
Yeah. Diversity.
Miss Sarcastic Nurse says 2 bad movies. Disney telling us to go F ourselves is not made up by one good movie.
Yeah.
Okay. You have me there. I totally agree with that. Doesn't make up for that. But I think that what it would do is just at least have there will be peace. We can unite and just say, like, hey, this was a great movie, guys, wasn't it? And we can all, like, celebrate, like, hey, the last Jedi, that sucked for me, it sucked for you, whatever. We can still have this dialogue very civilly, not on Twitter because that sucks. But we can still have this conversation. And Will Gentry says, Luke breaking out of a clone facility by killing all the Knights of Ren on his way out. You see lots of failed Luke clones. That way, we at least get the real badass Luke in Episode 9. And the only way to get that is to do a flashback now, which is really sad. I honestly think that, if you had it take place while Kylo Ren was a young Padawan and seeing him go to the dark side, that would have been great. Episode 7. Would it not have been? It focuses on the Skywalker saga, as you call it. It focuses on it. Well, I think he's not a Skywalker, but he's same things. Whatever. Anyways,
at least it wouldn't be like just like you're basically thrown into the movie is their son is evil or Kylo is evil. Why is he evil? Like they never really explain adequately how Snoke was able to manipulate him. No. It's just take it at face value. He's evil. Move on. And we're saying no. We're not just going to move on. You have to give us a reason why he's evil.
Makes perfect sense to me,
But at least Jason Solo had motivation in the books. You maybe didn't agree with them, but you saw his progression. And I don't know. They could have done something like that, as you said.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I still don't know why Kylo went to the dark side. I mean,
Snoke manipulated him with the snake. I don't know.
We don't know.
The evil snake from the Bible came in and was just like, do bad things. Like, I don't know.
He's talking to Darth Vader's helmet. I will finish what you started. I'm like, he finished what he started. Why are you going back? It doesn't make any sense.
What did he want to start? Like, what did he start exactly? I don't know. Mystery box. Now he has to pay for it. He can't get out of this one. But I'm gonna read 2 more comments and then we're gonna be done. Obi-Wan movie and says, yeah, just don't kill Lando off. Yes, please. Let somebody. Can we have one character right off into the sunset, happily ever after with the Falcon? It was his at first. Then Han won it in a game. And then he gets it at the end. That's fine.
They're not giving that back to Lando. They're not giving it back to Lando. It's not happening.
It should either go to him or Chewbacca. And I fear they're not going to.
I mean, you saw that shot in the trailer.
She's poached everything. It's hers now. It belongs to her.
No, it's not. No, it's Lando's. I think it's Lando's.
Yeah, I'm guessing Lando's probably going to die in this movie too. I don't see them keeping him alive.
I don't think so. I really hope not. You know, just let one. Just let one.
I think somehow they're going to have it end up on Batuu and just stay there, so that way it's connected to Galaxy's Edge.
All right, I got one more, and then we're gonna wrap it up because we did go a little bit over time, and I apologize for that, everybody who was on the panel. But yeah, there's one more I want to read out. Indiana Jeremy says, as Doomcock says, don't keep going back for more if it's consistently bad. # without respect, we reject.
I'd agree with that.
I don't know what to say to that except yes.
Yeah.
You know, I totally get it. But if you love something so much, you always you want it to get better. If you really love something, you won't give up on it. But I totally get it if I'm just being hopelessly optimistic.
Well, I mean, it's nothing wrong with being optimistic. It's just I would have hoped for it being better if I trusted the leadership behind the helm, and I don't.
Yeah,
I just don't at this point. They've basically, as I've pointed out to people who said, I would have just walked away. I would have been ticked off, but I would have just walked away from the movie, and I would have just let it go after that movie. But
Hold on a second.
But I don't know if I should continue.
I would.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But we were called racist, misogynist, sexist. We were ignored. We were attacked. We were like this and that and like that. If they hadn't done that, I would have been, as I said, just walked away and been fine. And just said, you know what, screw them. You know, basically just walked away. But then Kathleen Kennedy had her agenda. J.J. Abrams said what he said. Rian Johnson said what he said. And it's just, I was like, okay, you just killed any hope I had for this franchise moving forward.
Yeah.
I don't care what JJ does. There's no going from episode 7 to 9 and not including 8. Especially with Luke dying at the end.
Yeah, that was the biggest, and he even admitted, we could have gone with just having him not fade out, but he decided to do it anyways.
Yeah, and he didn't decide to do that till what? Post-production?
Something like that, and his cape blows away in the wind like a stray pube. Like, what the fuck is this? This is bullshit. And even my uncle, I had talked to him a while ago, and he was just like, yeah, I didn't like The Last Jedi because Luke Skywalker, he said he was a wuss. He didn't do anything. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he really didn't.
I think how it should have ended does it perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Very perfect. That was probably the best ending you could have possibly given, But anyways, we got to wrap this up because we have gone over time, and I want to thank each and every single one of you in the chat, you beautiful mofos, you proper compadres, if you will. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate you all being here and sticking with us. It's been amazing, and I want to just give some time to plug your channels, each of my lovely panelists, and we'll start out with Mara Jade. Let's tell the people what you got going on.
Hi, I'm Mara Jade. Right now, the only videos I have on my...
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Good. Oh, yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm Mara Jade. The only videos I have on my channel so far are deleted scenes for the original Star Wars trilogy. Until I'm able to get a new computer, I'm not able to do my own videos just yet, but I promise to do that in the future. Until then, you can see how I'm able to get blocked by Last Jedi shills in 3 easy tweets on Twitter under OG Mara Jade.
And I very much look forward to that. And we also got Nicholas Glenn from Echo Base Network. We had such a great time at Star Wars Celebration.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Nicholas Glenn also got past 1,000 subs. Congratulations, my friend. That was a big thing. That was so nice of Jeremy to do with both of us and push our channels. Yeah. That was fantastic. And you and Coach do a fantastic job on your channel. Tell the people what you got going on.
All right, so as Proper said, I'm Nicholas Glenn from the Echo Base Network, and we pretty much cover mainly Star Wars content, but we get into pop culture, YouTube drama, comics, pretty much anything entertainment related. My co-host, Coach Groves, that's been one of my best friends since 7th grade, does the show with me, and we've only been around since end of March, 1st of April timeframe. So we're a new channel, we're still growing, and we'd love for you guys to come check us out.
Absolutely. And you do have a fantastic channel, and you and Coach do a fantastic job over there.
We try.
And you succeed, in my opinion. And last but certainly not least, one of my best friends that I've gotten through this whole YouTube community thing, and part of the reason why I'm even half as successful as I am, Mary frickin' Mayhem. Mary, tell the people what you got going on.
Bam! Oh my Bob. Big screen. Well, hi guys, I'm Mary B. I am the mistress of Mayhem, disruptor of the narrative, and official Whammon card holder. And I'm mad. I'm so mad. You can find me over my channel, where I'm probably going to have a rant video up here in just a little bit, because I am so mad right now. I do not want this. I'm scared what they're going to do to Obi-Wan.
I don't blame you.
So yeah, probably have a rant up.
It's okay. Everything's going to be just fine. Back to you.
Not you, Disney.
I know. And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Proper Jeremy, your host for This Week in Bullshit, and also the president of the Council of Jeremys, which is going to return next Saturday. Not this Saturday. Next Saturday is where we're gonna probably go for that. Yeah, and it's going to be a great stream. We're going to have the Jeremys on here for the first time. We're going to have Shellback, Spartan Jeremy, Force Ghost Jeremy. Maybe we'll have a guest of honor. Who knows? Mary Mayhem here. Voluptuous Jeremy. And anyways, I just want to say thank you all so much. Thank you very much. And live long and proper. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
I'm so mad.